It is our hope and our promise that we are going to make things better. But I do not want to unduly build up people's hope. It's important to let the people know the truth. My Minister for Finance is grappling with the situation because the coffers that we came to meet were not as full as we have been made to believe. And therefore, we must make the best out of the situation that we find. I have got a very committed and dedicated team, and I think that we'll be able to fulfill our promises. Otherwise, there's no point in being in office. I should have continued from China to Japan on another state visit, but I've had to come back for a very important national sermon that is in connection with the national census. And after that, I should go back to Japan for the state visit. I'll spend a few days there and then come back. I think that as the President of the nation, it's only fair that I spend the census night in the country. It's symbolic, and I believe that I should be able to do that, even though it's tiring. But one should be able to sacrifice for one's nation. Let me say that Ghanaians will forever remain faithful to the Almighty, grateful for the discovery of oil. But we are aware that in certain cases, the discovery has been a curse. We are putting in place the machinery to ensure that the oil revenues are well accounted for. We insist on transparency, honesty, and openness about the activities connected with the oil and gas industry. This is a very sacred responsibility, and will ensure that it remains a blessing. We are performing our side of the bargain by making sure that the necessary resources have been released for the construction of this 34-courtroom complex. Very often, there are people who question whether the executive supports the judiciary or not. It is not a question which should be asked. No executive can survive if there is no justice. And justice can only be administered by the judiciary. It stands to reason, therefore, that the two of us must have a common agenda. We must support one another. And that is why I'm here this morning, to make sure that we indicate our support, not only to the judiciary, but to the people of Ghana. If you look at me as a person, I mean, even the person who has died, he does not have the right to direct our sovereign nations as what they should do. I, as president of this nation, will never initiate or support any attempts to legalize homosexuality in Ghana. My brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, as we begin the new year 2011, we must all give thanks to God Almighty for guiding us through the past year. It is by His grace and mercy that we are alive to see the first day of the new year 2011, and we must give thanks to Him. The year 2010 came and passed by us with its ups and downs. So shall 2011 pass us by with its ups and downs. As a nation, it is important that we focus on the ups while learning from the downs and holding on to the things that unite us and discarding the things that divide us. There will be challenges in 2011. For life without challenges is empty. However, I am convinced that with determination, commitment, dedication, and love for God and country, we shall overcome all these challenges. I want to remind you, my brothers and sisters,
that as we sail our ship of state across the tempestuous seas towards our better Ghana destination, our vessel will be buffeted by storms and the high winds. But we need not fear, because God is in our vessel, and we can only smile at the storms and the high winds. If we spend more time looking up instead of looking down, we cannot fail to appreciate the many blessings that the good Lord has bestowed on our dear nation. My brothers and sisters, the year 2010 had many high points, but as far as I'm concerned, one of the highest and most memorable was the launch at Takoradi of the fair soil from the Jubilee field. It was a colorful event, but what added more color and dignity to the occasion was the presence of my two predecessors, President Jerry Rawlings and President John Agyekum Kufuor. I thank them for accepting this invitation and adding more color to this important event. My brothers and sisters, over the years, our sportsmen and women have proved to be worthy ambassadors of our dear nation and have excelled in their various disciplines. 2010 was no exception. I wish, therefore, on your behalf, to congratulate them for putting Ghana on the sports map, for doing our nation proud, and for bestowing honor and glory on our dear nation. We wish them successes in the future. To the unsung heroes of our Better Ghana agenda, the teacher, the driver, the fisherman, the farmer, the trader, the market woman, the doctor, the nurse, among others, I say ayiko for your invaluable contribution to the development of our dear nation. My brothers and sisters, Ghana is the only country that we have, and the development of Ghana rests in our arms. We therefore, with hard work and with a desire to die a little for our dear nation, we shall succeed. I have no doubt about it. I have declared 2011 a year of action, and I want to assure you that I remain committed to my promise to invest in the Ghanaian people, to expand the infrastructure of our dear nation, to build a strong, robust, and resilient economy, and to manage the affairs of our dear nation in an honest, truthful, and transparent manner. My brothers and sisters, I want at this stage, on behalf of myself and on behalf of my administration and the NDC party and my dear wife, Nadu Mills, I extend to all Ghanaians, home and abroad, the season's greetings. I wish them a happy, prosperous, purposeful, and blessed 2011. May the good Lord continue to bless our homeland Ghana, make us greater and stronger. Enyanum no nya dofa woritsem. Mama wanyinara afrishiapa. Yankopon wacha henadze. Mijezi da afisi se na yenhu yenyuom. Adza yankopon oda mahena osumbo.